Chapter 1, Aboard Air Force One, February 1st, 2019, 5:15 p.m. Precisely. The President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, that's me, is not happy. No, I'm not. I'm not happy. Sitting behind a large wooden desk in his spacious airborne office, he asked that his wife, Melania, be brought into the room immediately. So I missed my wife. You got a problem with that? In less than a minute, she appears, immaculately groomed and flashing her bright smile. Hands off, she's mine. Can you believe Bill? The president says to his confused wife while nodding toward me. He's grilling me, just like he used to do on television. I need to relax. All day, I've been talking. CBS interview, meetings, my voice is shot. The First Lady says nothing, just looks at us, smiling. All of a sudden, she simply vanishes. It is 4 days before the State of the Union address, and the Trumps are flying to their retreat in Palm Beach for some rest and relaxation. I need it. But an intruder is delaying that state of mind. That's you, Bill. For months, I have been trying to secure a sit-down with the president to talk with him. I want to know how Donald Trump's view of America was formed, and how it has changed since he became the most powerful person in the world. Now, for a man who relishes competition and achievement, that kind of introspection is annoying. You got that right. The only reason Donald Trump consented to the Q&A in the first place was legacy. I have a reputation to keep up. He trusts that I will treat him fairly, which I always have. Yes, you had. But clearly, flying over the East Coast of the United States, the president wants to get this over with. Wouldn't you? Yeah, I think so. Can I get a few more questions in? I say as he finishes his shrimp salad. Still wearing his suit jacket, he loosens his bright red tie. I'd only do this for you, Bill, but you have to give me a break. These questions are so intense. Let's get it over with. And so, we did. Interviewing Donald Trump on television is much easier than for print. On TV, he is hyper-focused. I want to look my best on TV. On TV, he is hyper-focused, ready for rhetorical battle, locked into the moment. TV is action, immediate gratification, the high wire. The president loves TV, and so do I. Who doesn't love TV? And that's my problem aboard Air Force One, the finest flying machine in the world. On the wall, directly facing the president, is a huge screen silently beaming Fox News into the room. This distracts Donald Trump, especially when the siren indicates the discussion is about him. What do you think about Brent Bader? The president asked me while handing his empty plate to an attendant. Nice pocket hankies, I say, attempting to deep six the topic. I'm trying to zero in on how the president has changed his opinion about his country since taking office. I've got to get him refocused. Good luck. I succeed, somewhat, and you will read his musings in the upcoming chapters. The president's words were sincere. Of course they are. I'm not a Democrat. I have never known him to be phony with me, and we've had hundreds of conversations. You might not like what Mr. Trump has to say, but it's genuine. And there's a fascinating history behind his thought process. After I wrap up the questioning, the president relaxes and begins grilling me about his enemies and possible opponents in the upcoming election. I answer honestly, and he takes notes. I've got to know. I have a strategy. Throughout my 45-year career in journalism, I have spoken off the record with some of the most powerful people on earth, And I always answer honestly because, as my first grade teacher, Sister Mary Lorana, told me, honesty is the best policy. President Trump likes short answers with no nuance. Go longer than 30 seconds and he'll become impatient. Aren't we done with this already? He wants the point, not the posture. He is a man used to getting his way, and what he wants is action, even in conversation. Of course I do. Action is everything. When I brought him back to his childhood by asking how his view of America was formulated, he gave me a look that said, "Who cares?" He answered the question, but I know he hated the entire exercise. Duh! However, it was important. Alright, fine. That is, if you want to understand what motivates the president. Only for the people to know more about me and what motivates me as the President of the United States. If you simply want to hate him, you don't care, obviously, like Nancy Pelosi. But if you want some insight into the most unlikely political phenomenon in our lifetimes, you'll get it here. After Donald Trump defeated Hillary Clinton, I said that the two most stunning political stories I had ever witnessed were the assassination of President Kennedy and the election of President Trump. I actually predicted on TV a few days before the vote that Trump would win. I came to that conclusion after analyzing Secretary Clinton's failure to connect with working Americans on the campaign trail. Watching her work a Waffle House was brutal. Duh. She doesn't know what she's doing. Incredibly, the billionaire mogul, Trump, did connect with the folks. Of course I do. I understand working Americans. I understand working people. And I know why, which we'll also deal with in these pages. But I wanted to explore some history, so I sought to find out when and how he had formulated his view of our country, a view that convinced more than 60 million Americans to vote for him. That I did not know. Thus, I verbally tortured the president trying to find out. And of course, I finally gave you an answer just to get you to shut up. As we are leaving the airborne office, I thank Donald Trump for the interview. I doubt he'll ever do anything like this again. No, I won't. But he doesn't seem to be annoyed anymore. I love Bill. I do this only for him. Get back to reading. The plane is descending into West Palm Beach, and soon the president will be socializing at his Mar-a-Lago resort. The next day, he is set to play golf with Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus. There will be action and competition on the links. And that's what Donald J. Trump lives for. Action and competition. Yes, I do. That is what makes life more interesting. It is on his mind always, because of his vast power. That mindset directly affects the lives of individual Americans and the welfare of the entire world. It does, whether we like it or not. So get used to it.